Pat here, Dead Things. So I want to post this video actually last night, or record the video actually last night, but when I started to put it all together, I realized I still had a lot of work to do, even though I've already done a lot of work on this, and ended up putting in about another 2 hours last night and about another easily 2 hours tonight as well to get it to the point where I could show it. So what this is, and by no means is it a finished product, it's proof of concept to show that it can be done. And so what it is it's my two witches, and they are having a conversation or chanting back and forth. How this is accomplished is not through VSA. I've never worked with VSA, so I can't comment on VSA or how this compares. I would make the assumption that VSA would be a lot more elegant than what I am doing. You could control things a lot more, control the servos more, control the movements when everything comes in. So I believe that VSA, this certainly would not replace VSA. But what this does is it leaves me free to move this wherever and not be hooked up to a computer. So basically what I'm using here, and I'm not going to show you because it's still all on a breadboard and I haven't really decided on the final components, but it's an 08 M2 picaxe chip and two of the RS 232 MP3 modules, the SD card MP3 modules available from MDFly. As well, I've got two of the Scary Terry servo drivers. Sorry, Hall staff, I haven't used yours. That was going to just add another step into what I had to do. So I'm using those two boards just to give proof of concept. I actually probably will end up using Hall staff's servo driver because it works really well. This just allowed me to get everything all set up. So basically, by using the busy signal on the MDFly boards, I can write the code to wait while one of the boards is busy, and as soon as it sees that it's not busy, it calls up a file from the other board. These SD cards will hold something like 3,000 files, or at least that's the amount that you can play off of these MDFly's modules. So more than enough that I'm ever going to need. But yeah, it's really cool. So I will I'll just show you what I've got so far. Now again, more proof of concept than anything else. The witches aren't finished, they're just, the masts are just set on the 3-axis mechanisms. They aren't finished off. I haven't got the necks, I haven't got all the masts pulled tight or anything. So it's just, as I said, right now, nothing more than proof of concept.
Happy Halloween, my pretties. We are the weird sisters of the house cemetery.
Stand here now in this graveyard in answer to the treachery of Dr. Chart,
who stole our magic to bring back his dead wife. We warned him of the dangers of the horror and the strife.
We hardened his heart, he would not listen, and the evil inside him, it grew and it twisted.
And now, like the clap of thunder, the veil that separates the world has been torn asunder.
And as the witching hour nears, the air is filled with the stench of fear.
And now, by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Okay, so as I said, proof of concept. There's a couple of things that are happening here, and I'm not quite sure why. Aggie is on the left, and Gertie is on the right, and Gertie has the moving eyes. Her servo does not seem to be reacting as quickly as it should be. Basically what I have is on Audacity, I took the vocal lines and I split them into stereo, panned one hard left, one hard right, and the hard, I want to say right, one I put a tone track that's of a certain decibel level, and then chop that tone track up to coincide with what with the verses, with the words, the syllables that were being spoken, and it doesn't seem to be reacting quite as quickly. That could be just the board. I don't know. I'm going to try playing around with some things there. I may have to go back and clean up some of those just to make sure that they are exactly where they should be, and I may have to actually move them forward a little bit in order to have them work the way that they should. As well, when the two witches are chanting together, they don't exactly sync up. That's because they were recorded at different times. Aggie, Daphne, who was the voice of Aggie, we recorded her last year before Halloween 2011. Maggie we recorded a couple of months ago, and so they aren't quite synced up. So again, I may have to go back and sync and get the girls to, or at least one of the girls, to re-record her those vocal points, just to make sure that their chants are a little bit more lined up. So, but otherwise, I'm very happy with this. It's proof of concept. It can be done. And I think by using the 18 M2 over the 08 M2 picaxe, the larger picaxe chip, is going to allow me to control a lot more things within that scene. And so I'm very excited about how this is going to turn out this year. You know, this stuff could go out even like this as it is, and I'd probably be pretty happy with it. But I do want to clean everything up a little bit more before it goes out. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, by all means leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, and we'll see you around YouTube. Take care.